Hey, Franklin here from KeepTabz. KeepTabz is a competitive intelligence product for marketing and sales teams to track everything their competitors are up to in a single app. It brings together news, reviews, social, pricing changes, messaging changes, changes in partners and things like that. So you're never blindsided by competitors. It lets you build AI agents on top of that really easily and sends you a simple daily digest. So you're always up to date on everything that's happening across your industry. The core part of the product is our competitive intelligence command center. This brings together all the news, reviews, social media posts, website changes, SEO and PPC information, as well as keyword information on all of your competitors. So you can kind of see it all in one central place. And then on top of that, every time something really important happens, you get an alert daily on Slack or Teams, whichever you prefer. This is the part of the product that people seem to like the most and how they interact with it the most. So without really doing anything, you save a ton of time that you used to spend doing competitive tracking. Every day, we're going out and scraping all of the relevant websites, all of the relevant social media properties, review sites, and things like that, just elevating the things that are most important to you. In the background, we've built out a series of AI agents that score up everything that's happening like a competitive intelligence analyst. So you're aware of what is most important, and we suppress a lot of the noise that you'd get if you were signing up for like Google reviews, or Google News or something like that, right? And this is something I'm super excited about. Everybody's building out their own AI agents right now or using AI to create messaging and things like that. We've made it super easy to connect into all of this data with just a single API. So instead of connecting to 15 different APIs and scrapers and bringing all of this stuff in yourself and structuring it and managing all the prompts and everything, we do all of that for you. All you have to do is connect to our API and you can begin tracking all of these different sites and competitors with just a single click. So I'll go ahead and jump in now and show you a little bit about the product. So assuming you see something that interests you in the KeepTabz digest, you would click read more and you'd be launched into the competitive intelligence command center here. This brings together, like I said, everything happening in your market in one particular place. For the sake of this demo, I'm created a fake company called Databoard. You can imagine it competes with these project management tools you may be familiar with, Notion, Monday, Asana, and so on. So now you're tracking this entire industry. At a glance here, you can just benchmark activity across competitors, who's making the most news, who's getting the most reviews, how has that changed over time, who's the most active on social. We track their websites, so we're able to pull out pricing changes and major messaging changes. It's super easy to just dig in and learn more, try to understand, what precisely changed on their website. As you can see, as we go down a bit more here, we have modules for news, for reviews. These automatically elevate the reviews that are most important, that identify product gaps or common complaints or things like that, so you don't have to wade through thousands of reviews. Right now, we're bringing in, for our software customers, all of the major software review sites, the stuff you don't have time to check on a regular basis. For social, we're tracking not only the company level accounts, but also the executive accounts at those competitors you want to track. And for website changes, this is a place where we're bringing in, like when a customer signs up, we take a snapshot of the most important pages on a competitor's website. That's like going to be the home page. It'll be the terms of service. It'll be pricing pages, product pages, the blog, even the documentation. So you can find out when new features launch, when things change, get notified for that. The AI agents do a really good job of scoring up those things that are actually important changes, and then just kind of discarding or giving a lower rating to the stuff that is not particularly important, so you just don't get hit with a ton of noise all the time. Scrolling down here, you can see we also benchmark web traffic and PPC. That's like, what are their ad budgets? What is their ad performance? We're bringing in ads from all of the major ad libraries here. So you can just pretty easily see, for example, like, what is this competitor doing on LinkedIn? And it does a really good job of showing you all of the ads they have in market. With our AI connector now, you're able to actually kind of run a ton of analyses on these ads and determine, like, what did they take down? What did they launch? What are the most common CTAs and offers and messaging changes they're seeing? And then we're also bringing in keyword performance, so you can understand content opportunities here. This helps you, look for things that are low difficulty, but also really, really high traffic, and perhaps like start making content around that. The competitive intelligence inbox is a place where every update that's happening across all of these different data sources comes directly into the product. You're able to see just at a glance, like what is happening that's the most important. Instead of being arranged chronologically, this is arranged by impact. You can go through, set the date parameters, maybe you just want to look at the last couple of weeks or something like that. And it makes it very easy to kind of toggle in and do deep dives on different competitors. So maybe you want to find out what this competitor did on social that was the most important. You're able to just kind of dive deeper if you'd like. You can understand why the agent actually rated it the way it did. It makes it super easy to say, like, I want to know what ClickUp changed on their website, or, what about the most important reviews that we're seeing from Notion, right? And it does a really, really good job of elevating those things that are most important. And again, like just cutting through the noise that would dominate, your inbox if you were actually trying to do this in any other way. Okay, this is one of my favorite new features that we launched. It's our MCP server, connects directly to Claude or OpenClaw for ChatGPT, and lets you run all kinds of like custom analysis on this data, create reports, create battle cards, all kinds of different content, content calendars and things like that based on the data in here, which is a lot of data sources you can't get directly from AI. So for example, earlier this morning, I ran a whole bunch of reports for a customer. I was going through and looking at, for example, what of their competitors changed on their websites, right? What does that say about their messaging? Looked at all of the reviews that had come in for those competitors, identified vulnerabilities that they might exploit, ran an analysis on all of a competitor's ads with just a couple of clicks, right? So looked at like, what are their CTAs? What are their messaging? Which ads did they take down? Which ones are they doubling down on? Which channels are they investing the most in creating new ads for? Ton of super really great different information. You could upload your battle card, say like, hey, what changed in the last month that we should change in our battle card? And it'll just, spit out a new one for you that's updated. The sky is pretty much the limit in terms of what you can do with this, right? Earlier today, I had another customer that created an outreach sequence for a competitive takeout campaign based on all of the bad reviews we had collected in the platform for that competitor. Anyway, would love to demo this for you. So feel free to reach out. You can sign up for free trial too at KeepTabz.ai. Thank you.